Sorry about that. The camera stopped, but like I said, what did they do with Sally afterwards? They did nothing after they mechanized her, they weaponized her, and all that, and that's what got fans pissed off. It's like, wait a minute, you basically have her get killed off screen at the end of 225 as a cliffhanger that led us into that first Genesis story, and then after she's revived, after Sonic goes back in time and prevents it from happening, you still roboticize her. Now, I guess the logic behind this happening, according to Ian Flynn and anybody else, is, oh, well, we did it because it basically shows Sally's not, oh, this and that. And it's like I said at the end of that last video before it was abruptly interrupted. It shows that she puts everybody else before herself. She's not a spotlight, hogger or anything like that. And to me, it's like, you know, why even do it in the first place if you're not going to do anything with her? I mean, Ace of Speed 84, I think I mentioned this in the first video or not, came up with a better idea. He said, look, and in fact, his drawing basically came up with a better idea. It's basically take the concept of the final form that Metal Sonic goes through, or Metal Sonic Neo goes through at the end of Sonic Heroes, apply that to Sally and make it more dramatic, make it more intriguing. So that way they have to fight her, and and it makes it even more harder for them to try to figure out, okay, now how do we restore her because now she's in this form. And again, still, you did nothing with her. And for those that argue, like I said in the other in the other video, I think I said this. Basically, not doing anything with her in this story arc was pointless. I mean, and the fact that fans kept going back and forth even to this day of whether or not she was gutted, taken apart, and then rebuilt like this, or she just had, like me, I look at the fact that she had armor wielded onto her with maybe a few exceptions, but it's like what was the point of doing this in the first place if you weren't really going to do anything specific with her? I mean, yes, I can understand the behind the scenes issues and stuff caused a lot of a lot of things to change, a lot of things to go a different direction. I get that. But what was the point of making her a robot in the first place? It made no sense. It really didn't. And, you know, again, though, this just shows you the ups and downs fans like myself have gone through, not just with the franchise overall all itself in the past 25 years, but with just the comic, which has been the main source for us as fans for quite some time now. You know, it it just it's just mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? Just mind-boggling. And I mean, and I can understand, and I can understand that they had to do what they had to do because of the behind the scenes issues and everything. But the point is, it shows you how much fans go through and how devoted Sonic fans are, I should say, to the franchise and to the character and the characters related to him. Because we're willing to go through ups and downs like we did with the Mecha Sally arc, what we're going through currently with the Shattered World Crisis, Sonic Unleashed arc in the comic, what we're dealing with when it comes to certain games being good or bad, whether it's the Sonic Boom game that came out initially along with its 3DS counterpart, or the upcoming Fire and Ice, or the current Olympic one, or the unknown Sonic game that we don't know whether it's multi-platform or not, or or the movie that's supposedly coming out in 2018, which I think we're going to get an idea and a glimpse, sort of a teaser, a little bit, if you will, this year at at San Diego Comic Con, as well as at that Sonic 25th anniversary party. It's it's just one of these. It just shows you the ups and downs, but just how devoted fans like me are to it, because we're willing to go through all this. For me, buying the games that I did like from Sonic Heroes, both for the GameCube and PS2, Sonic Riders on the PS2, Shadow on the PS2, Sonic Mega Collection Plus on the PS2, Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, on the GameCube. It just, and then going as far as buying a Dreamcast myself, as well as getting Dreamcast, the original Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure. It shows you how much of a Sonic fan I am, and it's through this love for Sonic in the past, you know, that helps me, and it's for this love of Sonic that I've been able to meet other people online that have been fans as well. I mean, from people like Zeranizarak to Ignacio Hernandez, Israel Decoy here on YouTube, Frank Hill, it's Frank, Mega Beatman, MJ Knight, you know, Doug Walker. I've never met Doug Walker, but I've gotten to know who Doug Walker is through that. Angry Joe, all these people. And it's through my love for Sonic that this has happened, and my fandom for Sonic that this has happened. And it shows that being a fan for as long as the franchise has been around, which is 25 years, it's huge. I mean, I'll show you how much of a fan I am. I've shown this before when I've talked about Sonic and anniversary situations, if you will. This here is a Sally plush from the Sega World in Sydney, Australia, from the Sonic Live show. Um, and as you could see, it says right there. I don't think you can read that very well. It says 1997 Sega, and they were selling this along with a bigger one, a smaller one, a hand puppet one. They were selling these at the Sega World indoor theme park. Hold on, here you go. I mean, they were selling those at the Sega indoor theme park, if you will. But I don't know how much Australian dollars, but still they were selling them. Me, when I was working out in Kansas, I think it may have been with Walmart, may have been elsewhere. I can't remember. Was I working for Walmart or was I going back and forth in jobs? I think it was when I was working with Walmart. I can't remember. I have to look back. But I ended up getting the Sally plush off of eBay for about 200 something dollars. Yeah, that's how rare these things are. They sell for pretty big bucks. But I was able to get it for that much, and I was happy to get it. Um, yes, I have family at times that still tease me about it. If you're a fan, you're gonna have families that don't understand your love for characters, and they're gonna tease you about it. You guys got to deal with it. Um, anyway, though, it shows you how much of a fan I am, and it's through my love as a fan for Sonic, that I've had people like Frank Hill, uh, about several months ago, sent me this big old package of comic books and stuff, as well as Sonic merchandise. He sent me merchandise like, if I can pull it out of here, like this. This is the tornado from Sonic Boom. This is a tornado from Sonic Boom, and as you can see, it actually works, and it does have, I think, a switch here. Here it is. It has a switch. And it starts making noise. So that's pretty cool. He sent me things like a Motobug and stuff like that. He even sent me, I think it may have been him or Ignacio Hernandez, one of them, that sent me the history, if I can pull it back again, the history of Sonic the Hedgehog book. It was one of them. But it's through this love for Sonic that I've been able to get these kind of things. I mean, heck, I went online one time. I think this may have been when I was first living on my own in Lawrence. That I ended up getting 3 of the VHS copies of Sonic Sat AM. Yeah, 3 of the VHS copies when they were being released by Dick Toontime Video. I was able to get 3 of the copies. And I remember also seeing one of those copies one time about the first year I was out here in Kansas at a Target store. Yeah. So, again, it just shows you how much of a fan I've been, how dedicated I've been to the franchise for as long as I have. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I'm one of the most outspoken fans that there is because, what's funny is sometimes, I'll guess certain things when it comes to like the Sonic comics, and I might get in trouble for it. Ian Flynn banned me from his Bumble King forums when they were still operational, and he banned me due to the fact that I pretty much, in my opinion, was pretty much accurately guessing or close to guessing what was going to happen in the comic or in the next few issues, and he didn't like it. And I think any fan that might agree with me on this will agree that if that's the case, maybe you shouldn't have made it so predictable. And I think that's why sometimes we got certain situations we didn't think was going to happen, but we pretty much had an idea, but still didn't think they would actually go through. Overall, though, being a fan for 25 years, since the very beginning, and really getting into it thanks to things like Sonic SatAM, Sonic Underground, Sonic X, the comics mostly by Archie Comics, the things like finding out about things like Sega World, which actually help expand the life and really put characters like Sally and Bunny, well, mostly Sally on the map as almost a regular that you could just put in the game and people would be okay with it. So you look at the characters today, game characters exclusively and comic characters exclusively, and it's like the only thing that's changed is how they look. The comic characters are now redesigned to look like they came out of the games, and it's just a tremendous time to be a fan, and I cannot wait to see what they have to say at the 25th anniversary event during San Diego Comic Con weekend. But really, that's all I could say. And I want to thank everybody that's been through every Sonic fan from Israel Decoy, It's Frank, Zero Nizarek, MJ Knight, Angry Joe, Doug Walker, Rafaela XD, Super Princess Daisy 67, SPD 67. All of you guys that have been with me as a fan over these 25 years, so if not a little shorter than that for you guys, some of you, but I want to thank you guys, and here's to another 25 for Sonic, and let's just hope we get some good news, maybe a teaser for the movie, and who knows, maybe we'll get certain SatAM characters appearing in the movie. Maybe we'll get news about them, game-wise or movie-wise, or even boom-wise. But that's all I'm going to say, folks, and again, like I said at the beginning of the first video, happy anniversary, happy 25th, Sonic. Thank you, Sega. Whether we agree with some of your decisions or not, thank you for bringing this character into our lives, and here's to 25 more years. So, God bless. Take care. I've got to get some breakfast and get ready for work.